Hello students, welcome back to Dr. Noor Firdaus Jahan channel, wherein you are exploring the world of business management with Dr. Noor. Today we are here to discuss the next theory of leadership, that is behavioral theory. You must be knowing in my previous class we discussed about the trait theory of leader, where I told you that the theory is based on the great man view, which says that leaders are born. Today I am here to discuss the other perspective of leader, the theory called as behavioral theory, which believes that leaders are made, not born, but they can be made, they can be created. That is what is called as behavioral theory. Let us discuss this in detail. So before we start with behavioral theory, let me request you to subscribe to my channel. Please do subscribe to my channel, share my videos, watch complete video and go through the previous videos as well to get the continuity in the subject. Correct? Because the leadership, I have previous 3 videos. Please go through that to understand the behavioral theory, and any doubt, please write in the comment. I will reply you immediately. Okay? So with that note, let me start with behavioral theory. As you all know, students, the limitations of trait theory was that trait theory believes that leaders are born, and whatever attributes they have, traits they have, is inherited. It cannot be taught. It cannot be learned. That was the limitations of this theory. To remove that limitation, correct, this theory is the next theory came into existence, that we call it as behavioral theory. This theory focus on not trait but on behavior. However intelligent I am, that is my trait, but my behavior is not appropriate, then what is the use of that intelligence? So this theory says that behavior of a leader is important, not his abilities, not his trait. So the behavior and action of a leader is important than the personal qualities, correct? This theory emphasizes on what leaders do and how they behave to become effective leader. So this theory believes that leadership can be learned. Leadership can be learned. Trait theory, what we discussed in earlier class, says that leaders are born. But this theory believes that leadership can be learned. And several attempts have been made to identify the dimension of leader behavior. Now when we say leaders can be made and leadership behavior can be learned, then first I should know how leaders behave. So a lot of research people started doing to learn how leaders behave. They started studying some 1000 leaders, 5000 leaders to understand what they do, what are their actions, what are their behavior. A lot of studies were conducted to identify the dimension of leader behavior. The most systematic and comprehensive study in this direction was conducted in USA at Ohio State University and University of Michigan between 1945 to 47. 3 years, 1945 to 47. Behavioral theories, lot of literature have undergone to disprove the trait theory and say that leaders are born, and they wanted to give the dimension for leader behavior. So that is why these 2 universities have done lot of research and brought out behavioral theories. Let us discuss these two universities' contribution to behavioral theory. First, I will start with Ohio State Studies. Ohio State University in 1945, the Bureau of Business Research, correct? The Bureau of Business Research at Ohio State University, they had a department on business research. They took up a series of studies on leadership, and main objective was just to identify the major dimension of leadership and investigate the effect of leader behavior on employee behavior and satisfaction. Ohio State Studies, they conducted lot of studies just to find out the dimension of the leadership and investigate the effect of leaders' behavior on employee behavior and satisfaction. So ultimately, the study narrowed the description of leader behavior to 2 dimensions, that is initiating structure and consideration. So lot of dimensions they got, thousands of dimensions they got, but those thousands of dimensions cannot be studied in detail. That is why they brought down those dimensions into 2 two dimensions. One was initiating structure and second one was consideration. So all these 1000 dimensions was jotted down in these 2 points. So what is initiating structure? Initiating structure is related to organization structure, the job relationship. Then consideration is related to human related dimension. So these 2 dimensions were taken into consideration. So initiating structure is all about defining the role for a leader and for subordinate. How well he is in defining the role for the people and establishing goals for them and informing them how they have to do, how good he is in supervising the job. All these structure related things we can put under the category called as initiating structure. Second one was behavioral characteristics, and behavioral characteristics was given by dealing with the people, the human nature to be respected and human nature to be taken care. For that, these points were taken. The first one was friendliness, the behavioral characteristics by friendliness, mutual trust, respect, supportiveness, openness, and concern for the welfare of the people. So you can say the initiating structure is trust-related factors, all put there, and all people related factors like being friendly to them and having trust on them, respecting them, supporting them, having transparency and taking care of welfare of employees, they put under consideration. So what Ohio University did was they find out the 1000 dimension of leadership and brought down under 2 categories. They divided those 1000 dimension in 2 categories. One was initiating structure, which is related to job, and second one was consideration, which was related to people. And these are the parameters which were given. Then what they did was they started seeing that whether these 2 parameters and the style of leader what they follow is different or it is same. And their leadership style is explained in this slide. You please have a look here. Leader behavior and leadership style. See, x-axis you put initiating structure, low and high. Then consideration you put high and low. If consideration, that is taking care of people, is high and initiating structure is low, then that kind of structure is called as human relations. And high consideration and low structure is human relation kind of leadership style what they adopt. If both are high, then it is democratic. Democratic leader will give consideration to people also, will give consideration to task also. On the other hand, task is high and people concern consideration is low, then it is called as autocratic. Then if both are low, nor he is bothered about organization structure, nor he is bothered about people, then that is called as laissez-faire, where he leave everything to the people, do whatever you want to do. So 3 styles of leadership, what I explained you in my previous video, autocratic, participative and free ride, those 3 styles was defined by Ohio University based on the 2 parameters, that is initiating structure and consideration. That is what we call it as Ohio University theory of leadership, correct, based on behavior. It is also called as Ohio University behavioral leadership theory. Hope you are able to understand that. So finding of the study, they found that there was a positive relationship between the consideration and regularity of employees. So when you consider them, you trust them and you give them respect, you take care of them, grievances was very less. When this is not taken care, but you are taking care of only performance, the grievances were little high. And there was a positive relationship between initiating structure and employee performance. So wherever the leader is taking care of job related activities, then definitely performance was high and there was less absenteeism as well as grievances. So both the dimensions are high, performance and satisfaction was added. So both the dimensions, you are taking care of job also, you are taking care of people also, then definitely people were very satisfied with the job. Correct? So that is what is the finding of Ohio behavioral theory of leadership. Then let us go on to the next theory given by Michigan. I told you 2 universities are involved in developing the behavioral theories. First one was Ohio, we have discussed it in detail. The second one I am teaching you, Michigan studies. So let us talk about the Michigan studies. These empirical studies were conducted slightly after the World War II. When World War II was just completed, people were struggling to manage and they were looking for good leaders. This theory was done by Social Research Department at University of Michigan. The purpose of these studies was to identify the style of leadership behavior. So they also wanted to identify the style of leadership behavior. But they want to identify the style which will bring high performance and more satisfaction. High performance and more satisfaction, what kind of leadership style will bring? Whether an autocratic leader will bring these two, or a benevolent or a participative leader will bring these two, or a free ride leader will bring these two. That was there in their mind when they conducted this study. So this study took up the two distinct style of leadership. They call it as production-centered leadership, and second one they call it as production-centered leadership, and second one they call it as employee-centered leadership. Two parameters, just like in Ohio University, they took two parameters, that was consideration and initiating the structure. Here they said production-centered and human-centered. Those two attributes was taken. Production center is also known as task-oriented leadership. It stays on the work-related aspect like supervision, rigid work standard, technical aspect of job, all those things, all job-related aspects they put under production-centered leadership. Then human-related aspects they put under employee-centered leadership. Two styles of leadership: human-centered leadership or employee-centered leadership, who pay attention to people as human beings and take care about their happiness, about involve them in everything and motivate them, then only they feel performance is good. On the other hand, the production-centered leadership or task-oriented leadership, they stress on job performance rather than the human element. So Michigan University studies conducted the study and they found these two distinct styles of leadership. So following the findings of this, both styles led to increase in production, but it was slightly more in production oriented style. So after World War II, when they conducted the study, they felt that both were effective. The leaders who were task-oriented, production-oriented were doing well, and people who are employee-oriented, were employee-centered, were also doing well. But at that time, the slightly more was found in production-oriented style. So production increased in production-oriented style. But production-oriented style led to decreased satisfaction. Production was good, but satisfaction was less, and people were leaving the organization. Absenteeism was more, turnover was more. The reason was, the leader was just talking about the production, and human element was neglected. So that was the finding of the study. Whereas employee centers still increased satisfaction and decreased absenteeism, but production was effective. So both the styles were holding good, and that is what they found here. And they found that both the leaders are successful, but both the leaders type of leader was able to increase production in one place and one place satisfaction. Both they are not able to achieve. So that is what you have under the Michigan University findings on behavioral theory. The next behavioral theory. So following are the two behavioral theories based on the above dimension of leader behavior. So these two, we will be doing it in my next video. So please keep watching my videos. Managerial grid and Likert management system, which is also a part of behavioral theory, I'll be teaching you in the next section. So till then, please take care and go through all my videos, share my videos, like my videos, and watch complete videos. And please subscribe to my channel. That will help me to. By doing that, you are supporting my channel and making me bring more knowledge to you and share more business-oriented knowledge to you. Yes. Till then, take care. See you in the next section.